Welcome back to Carneades.org. Today we're going to be continuing with our series, Dumbfounding Definitions, Dizzying Distinctions, and Diabolical Doctrines, a series sorting through some of the jargon of philosophy. In this video, we're going to be looking at what is the Kettle Logic Fallacy. Now, the Kettle Logic Fallacy occurs when someone asserts multiple contradictory premises to defend their argument. While technically valid, such arguments are problematic due to the principle of explosion. From a contradiction, anything follows. If we have both P and not P in our premises, we can conclude any Q by arguing P, not P, P or Q via addition in premise 1, and therefore Q by premise 2, premise 3, disjunctive syllogism. Now, the fallacy derives its name from Sigmund Freud, who argued it was often used in dreams. Freud gives the example of a man who is defending himself from the claim that he returned a kettle to his neighbor with holes in it. The man claims, 1, the kettle did not have those holes when he returned it, so they must have been made later. 2, the kettle already had those holes in it when he borrowed it, so they must have been made before he borrowed it. And 3, he never borrowed the kettle in the first place. These three premises are clearly contradictory. Even if he does not use the principle of explosion, it seems concerning that he's asserting a contradiction. It's important to distinguish kettle logic from the use of hypotheticals, which can be a logically sound way to offer a similar defense. If the man instead claimed that 1, he never borrowed the kettle, 2, he would not have borrowed a kettle with holes in it, and 3, if he borrowed a kettle, then he would not have returned it with holes. Note that this would not be fallacious, since 1, 2, and 3 can all be true because 2 and 3 are conditional statements. If they were not conditionals, they would contradict with one and each other, but because they're conditional statements, they can all be true together. He could have not borrowed the kettle, but be the kind of person that would not borrow a kettle with holes in it, and be the kind of person that if he borrowed a kettle, he would not return it with holes. The difference is that the second and third statements are conditionals, not assertions of truth. Here are some examples. I didn't kill your sister. I didn't even know her. Plus, she was my secret lover, and I would never kill my secret lover. Therefore, I didn't kill your sister. Premise 1, mind-body dualism must be false because mind is the only substance that exists. Mind-body dualism must be false because body is the only substance that exists. Therefore, mind-body dualism is false. Premise 1, it's raining. Premise 2, it's not raining. Premise 3, either it's raining or I am God. Therefore, I am God by premise 2, premise 3, disjunctive syllogism. So, those are a couple of situations where clearly the premises contradict each other, and so the conclusion, while it may be logically valid, is problematic and commits the Kettle Logic Fallacy. A big thank you to Jessica for supporting Carneades.org on Patreon since 2018. You too can support the channel and get access to Patreon exclusive posts for just $2 a month, less than the price of buying me a kettle of tea once a month. If you want to support public philosophy, please, please, please do consider donating. Now, what do you think? Are there any instances of kettle logic you've heard of recently? Could they be reformulated as conditionals to avoid the contradictions? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear some examples of kettle logic if you've heard it used. Watch this video and more here at Carneades.org, and stay skeptical, everybody.